Along with senior Eric Sumlin, part of the wide receiver corps here in Monmouth, we talked things over after another blue-white scrimmage day. Eric, certainly now kind of in full swing. You know, preseason camp kind of closing today. You guys can turn attention to Delaware State. Up until this point, just give me an evaluation as a senior how you think this camp has gone.
I think the camp was pretty good, man. We have great overall efforts on both sides of the ball. You know, we had some ups and downs, but at the end of the camp, I think we were ready to go.
You know, you think about the wide receiver spot with you in there and Lamar and Neil Sterling and Thaddeus Richard. So much experience back there as well. Got to feel good about the depth of the overall position with some of the young guys too.
Definitely, we have a lot of depth in the receiving corps. You know, even with all the older guys, we have a lot of younger guys. You know, Troy has stepped up this camp. Darian Ambush, they all did a great job. You know, we're deep. We have a deep core.
What are you looking for in terms of personal expectations to going into the season? Obviously, team, it's to go out and win every game. But you as a senior, what are you looking forward to individually?
Individually, I'm just looking forward to doing whatever it takes to win. I just want to win this year, hopefully win the conference, and just go from there.
You think about maybe some of the question marks going into preseason camp. On the other side of the ball was who's going to be part of the back four secondary. You're a perfect guy to ask. There's been some good position battles among a lot of young guys in that defensive backfield.
One thing I can say is that guy Marcus Leslie has been doing a great job. You know, we have a lot of other guys that's been doing good. You know, Kamal Dumas, Lakeith has been doing a great job. I think we're going to be good in the defensive score.
We think about a new offensive system for you as well. Just talk about the progression that has taken place over these 2 weeks of camp.
You know, it's been a lot of learning. It's been a lot of learning over the past 2 weeks. But I think we're developing well, and we're picking up on the offense pretty good. And I think we're going to be ready to go.
Eric, appreciate the time. Thanks for giving us a couple minutes.
Thank you.
Along with the head coach Kevin Callahan here on Hawk Vision, talking some blue-white scrimmage day today on the football side. Coach, it seemed like going into this one, cleaning up some things from last Saturday into today, your overall impression of what you saw out on the field this afternoon.
Well, I like the progress that we made. It was a short week. We just had a 120-play scrimmage on Saturday and came back with 80 plays today. But there were a number of things, a number of technique things across the board in every position that we needed to improve on. And from what I could see from the field today without looking at the video, I thought we made a lot of progress in those areas.
Obviously a big impact going into this offseason was that continuation from the spring till now in terms of putting the new offensive system in. When you think about just how the players are adjusting to it 2 weeks into preseason camp, where do you feel like everyone's at?
Well, I like where we're at. I think that they're very comfortable with the offense right now. As I said, it's not drastically different than what we've done in the past, but there is some new terminology, some new formations, some new concepts, and I think our players have done a good job of picking those things up. They feel very comfortable with it. I was happy the way the quarterbacks handled things today, and across the board, I thought we look like we've been in the offense for a long time now.
We spoke about this after the scrimmage on Saturday, and I was continuing to be impressed today by the depth and the talent back in the secondary. I counted as many as 8-9 guys who were really in the mix for a position and a role on the team.
There are a lot of young guys back there, guys without a lot of game experience, but guys that have shown over the last 3 weeks that they have the ability to get on the field and make plays. As I said, we're going to have some difficult decisions because it is such a talented and deep group, but I think that's a good thing in the long run to have that type of depth. And if those guys are not contributing right away on the defensive side of the ball in the secondary, there's a very good, strong likelihood that they'll be on special teams.
And seemed like some other spots where some players are a bit more established, looking for continuing to round out the two deep at spots like wide receiver, running back, those types of positions.
Yeah, the depth at the receiver position is one that we've talked about before, and I think that what we've seen out here and even in our last scrimmage, that there's a number of guys who have the ability to get on the field and make plays, and that will only make us a stronger offensive unit. I think our offensive line is another group that has a fair amount of depth. We've been probably rolling 8 or 9 guys through with the first unit, and we're going to have to make some decisions on what that starting 5 will be, but the good thing is that there's a number of guys that we feel can contribute.
And finally, in terms of positions, it seems like that depth at the kicking spot really continues to be a positive moving forward into the season.
It is. I'm very happy with where we are with our kicking and punting. Lucas Santangelo returns as our place kicker, and he's done a very good job and has shown some good range, and he gets the ball off quickly. But the young guys in the position, and Matt White and John Coleman, under pressure situations, have done a very good job as well. And then Ryan Moore is hitting the ball punting as well as he's had since he's been with us. And then you've got Matt White backing him up, who showed today that he can really put the foot in the ball as well.
And you feel like with this fit wrapping up on Thursday, a couple extra days to prepare for Delaware State, this kind of marks the end of preseason, and now it becomes really focused on DSU.
It is. We're kind of in that transitional period where we're moving from the preseason to the season right now. We'll come right back in tomorrow, get to work, and be out on the field again on Saturday before letting the players take Sunday off and then bringing them back on Monday to start on Delaware State.
Coach, appreciate the time as always.
Thanks, Matt.